everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Gears Social Club. I'm here with Jackie Quacky, and our special guest today is RAWR. There he is, the legend himself. RAWR's been doing content since 2008, which I didn't know that until just now. I know he's been around for a long time, but that's a really long time. That's since the beginning. And for all of you that don't know, a lot of the biggest content creators that are currently out now started on Gears of War, and RAWR was right there when it all started. Yep.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not one that's made it though. I've not made it. I've been to the Coalition Studios though. That's something. There's
a lot of luck involved these days. There's a lot.
Exactly. I just don't have enough time to put my full focus. Like some of these people have had full-time focus and managed to have more time, so right. I've got my life to work around social,
but you got the passion. RAWR, that's all that matters. You got the
exactly passion. I'm still here, 29 years old, we're still grinding, baby.
And so what we were talking about before, we had a little bit of trouble, was when you first started doing content, you already had a laptop, which I guess, what was that, just a
very, very basic, a big fat Dell. It was a big fat Dell. I remember that.
Had you just gotten it for a gift, or how?
No, it wasn't mine, it was my mum's.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So I borrowed it, to plug in my Dazzle D100 or whatever you call it. And this was like a thing that you would put into the laptop, into your TV. And then you'd have this little, three colors, the red, yellow, and white. And you would get 480p going through that, and then you would open up a program. I can't remember what the program was, but you would get the video footage of what you're playing from your TV onto laptop. This is basic days, 480p. So that's cracked. That's so insane to this day. Imagine doing that now. It just wouldn't work. Everybody's on 1080p, 4K. It's just crazy, man.
So when you first started, I noticed your first videos were GTA videos.
Yeah. On this channel, on this RAWR channel.
Oh,
yeah.
So you had a different channel.
I had a channel before that. I was grinding before this, and then I got hacked. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So my I don't know, dude. I must have. I don't know. There was no two-step verification back in the day. There was none of that. So when back in the day I was young, dumb, I must have gave my email to someone, and then they, just logged me in and then just deleted it.
So what's your number one banging video? What's the number one?
I've got a few videos that I would say that are banging. My Gears 3 montage, that's obviously to my heart, one of my favorite things. It's been edited. It took me a year to get the clips, so when that went to the editor and it got edited, it's a good feeling knowing that that's what you've been grinding for, and then the footage comes out, so that's one of my favorite things.
And which video has gone most viral?
My most viral video, I think it's some sort of GTA one, or maybe my Splitgate one quite recently, with some of the new skins and battle passes. So it's one of my quite recent ones. But then if I think my GTA one was some sort of mod that you could join my lobby and you could get certain cars and all that kind of stuff. So I think that was back in the day.
So what attracted you to GTA back then?
Dude, we all love GTA as kids, doing the spam, the jetpack glitch, running around, getting the prostitutes, shooting people randomly in the street. That's what it was all about. You were a kid, you just looked into that, and it was fun. So obviously growing up, the new one came out, GTA 5, it was so popular, and my gaming, my knowledge of YouTube, I wanted to grind that from the start and try and get my YouTube channel going. So, and I gained 20,000 subs on YouTube from that. If I kept going, I could have done better, but I kind of took a break. Bad time to take a break, but I took a break.
Though.
Yeah, I know. I made quite a bit of money on it as well. Jeez. Because I was advertised at the time as well, so that was quite cool. But it was good. It was good.
And so, because I was looking through your current channel, I didn't realize you had the other channels. So I just saw the GTA, I saw some Call of Duties, and then there was the first Gears video on there was a OSOC montage, which we were kind of messaging last night about that.
Yeah, Judgment. Yeah, so Judgment was the first game that came out while I made this channel. So I started on Judgment on this channel, and then I went to Gears 4, and then Ultimate Edition, Gears 5. And I went back to Gears 3. I started posting Gears 2 videos again because I love that games, and I always play them. Even to this day, I'm still playing them. So back in like when 2020 came out, I started playing all through the maps. Done a little series through all the maps, and then 2022 came out. I done it again just because it's fun, And it came out with 4K enhancement, so it was a bit more better. The graphics look better, so it gave me a better title, 60 frames.
Right. Jackie, did you ever watch the RAWR's videos or like the old content?
So when I first joined the community, his links were literally spammed in everything, so I kind of didn't have a choice but to watch them because they were just quite literally everywhere. And I mean, I didn't really know what was going on because I didn't even really know what Gears was at the time, but I watched some of them, maybe not in entirety just because I didn't even really understand what I was watching, but yeah, for sure, they were everywhere. So
what attracted you to Gears, Jackie? I had no idea that Gears 5 was your first Gears game.
I knew Gears 5 was your first game. I knew that.
It was free on Game Pass. And I was tired of playing PUBG and Fallout because that's when PUBG was really bad with hackers and stuff, even on console. So just trying to find something that was different that wasn't Call of Duty, and it was free, and I was like, okay, let's try it. And here we are. So.
Wow, I wish everyone
would have that. What a game!
It's amazing though to see somebody that hasn't been exposed to Gears, and then to finally play it, and then I mean, Jackie, you're like us now. You play every day.
Yeah, I have a problem.
I mean,
yeah.
One of us.
I don't know what it is. We just developed this love for the game, and as soon as you experience that adrenaline rush from Gears, other games just don't have that same excitement. Not for me, anyway. And I'm assuming it's the same for you guys.
There's no game like Gears. There's no feeling like holding a shotgun, running in, the movement, the splat when you shoot someone. It's just, there's no game like it. There's literally no game like it.
So, RAWR,
and then obviously you've got all your precision weapons, sniper, you've got your M-bars, you've got your Botox, you've got your turbos. It's insane. The game is filled with amazement, There's nothing like it.
When you first, so for everybody who doesn't know, RAWR was also involved in different, back then they were called clans, now it's more commonly referred to as an org. But
organization, teams, yeah.
Now, RAWR, I don't know too much about before, I know you were in Chaos, right? Before
I was in Chaos.
Mm-hmm. But RAWR is one of the founding members of Team Essence.
Yeah.
And for you guys that don't know about Team Essence, which I can't believe anybody wouldn't, Team Essence will always be connected to the content side of not only just Gears, but YouTube as well. Because back in those days, Gears was one of the most popular games on YouTube for content. Like I said earlier, some of the biggest content creators got their start on Gears. Moist Critical, first video ever, Gears montage. Or no, it was a hacking video. Nick Merckx, you're talking about the biggest content creators in the world starting on Gears. And when the history books are written later on, in 20 years or whatever, when they're teaching about the first time the content on YouTube, the early years of YouTube, Gears of War is going to be there. And if you really get into actual history, Team Essence is going to be there, which means RAWR is going to be there. So, RAWR, you might have your name in the record books for eternity from now on.
Sir.
Who knows?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A little run back just before we move on to anything. Yeah, Onyx was my first ever team. So, Onyx Gao, I started off there with Arcana. Now he owns Control Central. Control. I can't remember what their name is, but Control Hub or whatever. And then I went to Chaos, and then I went to Essence. So that was it. And then MX,
How long you were active in Essence, though, for a long time, right?
7 years. 7 years. 7 years, yeah. And then, obviously, the big, thing went on. People started leaving, like main players like Kugat, really Limitless and all that stuff. And unfortunately, we just couldn't keep the team going. So they made their own team, Realm, VT, and I was just stuck with all the people that kind of weren't pulling their weight, and it just wasn't my passion at the time. So I took a little break, and then the opportunity came up for MX, and I was going to be getting paid in the organization, but they wanted the Essence channel, and I was like, okay, what's going to happen here? Let's just find out. Let's talk to Richie about this and see what he wants to say. And then it came across like he said, let's do it. Let's just do it.
Richie is Moo Moo Milk. guys.
Yeah,
Who's,
no,
like,
you guys didn't know that.
I
Yeah,
guess
yeah, of course.
he's the owner of, or he was the. I don't know. I consider you though to be just as important as far
I
as
was, yeah. I'd done all the uploading for 5 years straight.
yeah.
5 years done uploading. So I
And
had all the channels. And I got the sponsors for G Fuel. I got the sponsors for headsets. I reached out to G Fuel. I reached out to Elgato. We actually got Elgato. We got HD. What are they called? What are they called? The Elgatos capture cards. Yeah, capture cards. I took 10 of those
wow.
to give out to the game creators. Yeah, I know. That's an upgrade.
Yeah.
And obviously everything just started going downhill. We were on such a good projectile, we were going right up, and I don't know what happened. I don't know why we didn't. I wish people didn't leave, because I think I would have still been there. If people didn't leave, I could have stayed and we could have tried to make it work. But people wanted to make their own team. I understand. But I just wish it worked. I wish it worked out.
The politics get involved, and then people get into little arguments, and then next thing you know,
there was so much arguments. There were so much arguments, and it was just getting toxic. It really was. But that happens. Everyone gets a bit older. They start wanting to be more independent. They want to do their own things, and unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't work. Heads clash, and it just doesn't work out.
So knowing what you know from all the experience you've been in, what would you advise someone that is wanting to either start one of those or join one of those?
Dude, I would say you've got to really think about it these days, because the amount of exposure and online, if you do one wrong thing, people could just screenshot and upload it and expose you. So if you're being different behind the main screen, if you're being different to your friends in a chat or your team, and then online you portray someone else, you're going to get exposed one day, and it might not be for the best. So I would just say, be yourself, never change. Be yourself. And if you are making a team, good luck. Make sure you've got people there to support you and help you, GFX editors, because it's a hard thing to just try and do by yourself. And there's all the other people out there trying to do it as well. So you got to be kind of unique. You got to make sure you're putting in the time, effort, consistency, and have a good catchy name as well. Nothing it looks fake, and nothing it looks a bit silly. It's got to be short and sweet. For example, Wire just said there, DVL. I forgot to mention them. I was in DVL for a couple of months, and that was the competitive side. Shadows was in it as well. To be honest,
you guys played in London, right?
We played in London for the Gears 4 London. We came 18th. We came 2 spots behind the money. 2 spots behind the money. Yeah, we got beat by some pros, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We had a great time. We actually beat some people there that I've played this game religiously, so we were happy with our position.
That's good. Well, I know that I get asked to join different teams all the time. I'm sure Jackie does too, and RAWR, I'm sure you do too. Still, I'm kind of at the opinion I'm just going to stay by myself at this point.
Me too.
I mean, what do you think, Jackie? You're not looking to join anything, are you?
No, not at the moment, at least.
It's too hard when you join a team like that. Then it's kind of like their beefs become your beefs, and if somebody's on the team that nobody likes, then all of a sudden you're in a position where you kind of have to back them up. And I don't know, it's just a lot of trouble. But back then though, when you were starting, the information and finding someone to edit a video, finding someone to help you learn, figure all that stuff out. The easiest way.
I had to learn that way. Learn over the years of how things worked. I'm still learning to this day on how YouTube works, and it's you sometimes fail. So some videos you think are going to do amazing, they don't do amazing. They put you down. It's shit, and then you do a video, it's average, and it does amazing. You're like, how is that? It doesn't make sense. And
algorithms so weird.
Algorithms is weird, and TikTok. People should be using that right now. I'm just going to say it. TikTok is cracked. So if you're not using it, use it.
All right, guys, I put my Discord in the chat right now. If you want to join the Discord, you can get into the waiting room, and we will drag you up one at a time, and you can come in and ask RAWR or Jackie or me a question if you'd like. I'm just going to wait for the waiting room to start filling up. We're just going to keep talking. But that's the Discord link. It's real easy to find. Once you get in there, you'll see the waiting room. Just join there. We'll drag you up.
Nice.
I don't have TikTok right now because, my content's not really... I feel like though I'm gonna make a TikTok for this, and I'll be able to maybe put a couple clips from.
Start posting clips, yeah. get Jackie to help you out. You know, you work on this, like make a new TikTok or something. Keep like both of you use it and try and push out little clips like this. Like put all 3 face cams in or something. I don't know how you'll manage to make it work, but
it just seems like something I could do. You know, I it's so hard to come up with something original for like TikTok for me anyway. You know, I don't want to copy other people's content, so.
Listen, around TikTok and like everything is recycled. Like if you see something you think it's unique, it's probably not unique. It's probably been done. They've probably copied it. They've just been the one that's made it viral. You know, that's how life is.
Yeah. So what else have you been playing, RAWR?
Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warzone. I like FIFA. I still play FIFA. But Gears, FIFA Multiverses. I've been playing recently. I'm still waiting for the new Call of Duty to come out and the new Warzone come out. That comes out at the end of the year, so still a bit of time left. But yeah, I'm kind of just focusing on some things in real life. I'm going back to the football now, so going to my home game, Aberdeen. So that's what I've been kind of doing right now.
So looking forward for content. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna be doing?
Just whatever I'm in the mood for, man. Like today, I posted a Gears of War video. The other day, I posted a Call of Duty video. Whatever I'm in the mood for, I'm just going to post. I'm not going to put one thing in the basket. I'm just going to put everything in, give it what I want, and whatever I'm in the mood for, that's what I'll do.
I like it. Turn me up. Okay.
Turn me up.
Hey, how do I do that? Oh God. I'm the worst. All right, there's nobody wants to talk to us. Okay, I see how it is.
Nah, Wire does. I know he does. Wire, you've got so much to say behind behind the camera. Come on, bring it.
Here, I'm just gonna get closer to the mic. Here we go. All right, who's ready? Who's ready? I'm scared.
Simple question. Just fire it away. Just join. Ask it. Boom.
Hey, Jackie, I was wondering when you first started playing, who told you to do tournament?
I think it was Alex, Gal Lost player. He saw my manic way I hold my controller. I was like, hey, I have an idea. He's like, so you don't have to stretch your little fingers down. And I just kind of stuck with it, but I don't think it's regular tournament because I run and I do everything left bumper. I don't press any base buttons.
That's normal. It should just put your A button on the bumper. So, but I think
A and X are both my bumper.
Oh, did you do defaulternate or tournament alternate?
And then remapped maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I just did whatever they said.
It's super nerdy.
Step by step. It was like a step-by-step tutorial. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always tell new players though to play tournament. We didn't have that in the Gears 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I can't believe
Gears of Judgment. 1, 2, 3.
I've played default my whole life.
Yeah.
I've got all the sensitivities in my head as well. Gears 2 was high, medium. Gears 3 was 18, 16. Gears 4 was 20, 18. Gears 5 is 22, 20.
Oh, really? I didn't know you were playing on 20s now. Because
Yeah,
I remember when you were here, you were like, or wait, was it? It might have been when we were in Atlanta. I saw your settings was like 14, 16, 14.
Yeah, I upped it a little bit.
Fair enough. But yeah, I always say, because people ask me about sensitivity all the time, and I said, well, I know players that play on fast, I know players that play on slow, like good players, and I always bring you up as being somebody that, and if you have it slow, then you can hit your shots, it's...
Yeah, facts, yep.
And hitting the shots is the most important thing. Oh, we got someone. I don't know. Wait, I don't know. His mic's off though. I don't know. Brandon, what's up, Nebraska? Hey, Brandon, if you can hear me, I'm gonna bring you up. Let's see if he's gonna talk. You ready? And our first viewer guest ever is gonna be Brandon. All right, it's our first official guest. Is Robo?
Hello. How you doing, Ryan?
Am I working? Hello.
Yeah. We can hear you. How you doing?
All right. Good.
Thanks for being my first guest.
Yeah, first guest.
Yeah, I saw people weren't really joining, so I thought I know Lee and I'll hop in for you. What I was going to say is, not really many people talk about the montaging community now. Obviously, it started out a little bit. I just wanted to know. Obviously, Jackie, you joined just in Gears 5, but obviously for Lee mainly, because he's kind of got that era. what do you think of the montage community now compared to, like, say, back in the day?
Yeah, I'll give my thoughts first since I know about it. Now, obviously, back in the day, Ryan, like Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears 3, that was the prime days, it was insane how much growth, the teams were making. There was like over 100 teams maybe at one stage, maybe 50 really active ones. We done clan wars, there was a video out every single week from every team, and everyone was just so motivated and stuff. And now it's died. There's people just giving up. We're all getting older, obviously, but I think there should still be a scene. And unfortunately, Gears 5 kind of killed it. So I'm hoping Gears 6 relives, brings back the teams and brings back the hype. Hopefully, there's good maps, good weapons. Hopefully, I just hope it does come back one day.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But Jackie, what do you think? I know I've mentioned I've been in Onyx, I've been in Chaos, I've been in Essence and stuff, and you've maybe came across some random clips over the time of different players, Sauce and a Merge, Gal and stuff. They post a lot of videos. What do you think of these like edited montage with the music and like the editing and stuff?
So I think what's cool now though is because there's definitely less people doing it. Just in the past year that I've been streaming alone, I don't know, like, because they can post more and it's not as flooded of a scene, it kind of, at least in my opinion, makes it more, like, special for the people that do it, which I guess is, like, pros and cons, like, less exposure, but more exposure at the same time, because you're not
for that individual people.
Because I've heard people would upload sometimes twice a day, every day, just to keep up with, like, the amount of, like, the flood of everyone doing it, so I think it's nice. I mean, I definitely want to see the amount of people that I haven't seen yet come out when the Gears comes out, so that'll be exciting.
If we do get a Gears 2 remastered, the amount of OGs that will come back and start uploading, it will be insane. It will be insane.
That's probably like one of my favourite videos of all time, like the Avenge, the Avenge people, like Razor and people like that used to do the Gears 2 vids.
Yeah,
they were so popular.
Stunner and stuff like that. Like those dudes.
Like, I just
insane players.
It's just so different to how it was back then, sort of thing. I just think now where it's been going on for quite a long time, I think just people are just hitting where it's a lot easier now as well.
It's so much easier. Gears 5, so the standards, even though they've been increased so much because the game is so much easier, it just takes away the uniqueness of a dub blindy. Now it's like a quad blindy minimum. It's like, dude, come on, what?
The standards are ridiculous now, and I think it got a lot more hate like back in the day for standards and stuff as well. But I think now, the community is so small, I think people just keep what they like, which I think is 100% right.
I think so as well. It's all about having fun, is it? At the end of the day.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's like you say about Clan Wars as well. I think that was definitely one of the best thing for the montage community. To kind of bring all the teams together, gave them like a reason to hit clips, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was my cheeky little question anyways. I'll let you back on.
Cheers, mate.
Have a good podcast, lads.
Will do, mate. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. There he is.
Hello.
Krotos.
Hello, Jay.
Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, my question is, what inspires you lot to make content and grind every single day?
Okay, Jackie, you want to go first?
Sure. I think, I'm not gonna lie, it started completely out of boredom, because I started when COVID was kind of a thing, and, working in GameStop and around games, I got told on a daily basis, you should try streaming. And I was like, alright, you should make YouTube videos. Between the two, streaming definitely seemed like the easier option, just because in my brain, it was just play a game, stream it, and people will watch type of deal. Definitely not the case, but I have a lot of fun doing it and, like, learning what to do, and obviously I love, like, the community interaction, and I like other people seeing that I enjoy what I'm doing, but even just, like, finding, like, there's, like, there's so many things that I just love messing with, and I will spend hours at night, like, asking people's opinions on things, and literally just, like, listening to sound alerts, dying, laughing, seeing what other, like, programs I can download. But I've also made more friends doing this than I have doing anything in my entire life. Sports, drama, school, like this has definitely been not only the most people, but like people from all over the world, which I think is really cool. So that definitely keeps me wanting to keep doing it because you literally have no idea what will happen tomorrow. You know, like you can go in with a plan and it is probably not going to be that plan, but it's normally better than that plan, if that makes sense. So that's definitely a driver. And I mean, now this is my full-time job. So it's also being able to support myself doing something that I love and hanging out with people. Like, why would I not continue to do that every day, you know? So,
Yeah, I get you.
yeah, super fun.
StarSpawn, you want to give yours opinion first?
Actually, Roy, I want to hear what you have to say because you've been doing it. I've been doing it for like 4 years, and I like to say, "Oh, I've been doing it for a long time," but you've been doing it for a long time. And I mean, I'd like to think that what have you been doing? Like 15 years now, 16 years, like almost 20 years.
Yeah, almost.
When I look into the future of even 5 years from now, I want to be doing this. Hopefully, I will be, but I don't know. For you, like, what has kept you going for almost 20 years?
It's a little bit of that as well. So it started off with obviously a little bit of boredom and also wanted to change things up instead of going out all the time. Let's think of what I could do. I like playing games, so what can I do to show off my skills? And it started off with YouTube, and then obviously most YouTubers move on to doing streaming, or like vice versa. People start off streaming and then go to YouTube. So I went from YouTube to Twitch, and then that was it from there. I just wanted to keep uploading and also making funny highlights, entertain people, the interaction as well. I met you obviously through streaming. I met you and Jen. I've had the amount of experiences.
And we would have never met without this. We would have never in a million years. I would have never met RAWR. I would have never met Jackie. Would have never met any of the community members. I'm an old guy that lives in the middle of America. There's no shot I would have met any.
I'm in Scotland, and like 3,000, 4,000 miles away, and I made a little video. The beauty of that was like when me and Jen were organising the trip to come to yours for your birthday, I was like, I'm gonna make that video. I'm gonna make it planned, and that video is in your stream. It's a command. It's in mine. It's just a cool memory. So things like that, little cherished moments that we can always remember. That's the kind of things I do it for. And obviously, I've got a full-time job, so this is not my main focus. But I do try my best to stream, make videos when I can. But hopefully one day, I get more time and a bit more comfortable. And there's a game out there that it pays off for you, and you can actually just do this full time.
Well, hopefully we can make more memories together. That's what life's about for me, anyway. I've had more fun in these last 4 years than I had in the previous, 20 years. The amount of stuff that we were able to do together, and just all the, I like the plan, like what you were saying, the planning, and then all of the I guess engagement, or because my life is filled. When I'm not streaming, I'm thinking about my stream. I'm on Twitch. I'm in other people's streams. I'm constantly focused on a content as a lifestyle, and I learned that from you, RAWR. You and Shadows. I told this story the other night. When the first time we met in real life, you guys get out of the Uber and you have cameras. They have cameras on. Like, it is content time now, not later. Now, and it's the whole day, every day through a 24-hour period. RAWR and Shadows are they're either vlogging, editing. or doing something with content. And I seen that, and I was just I was blown away. It was very eye opening to me to see.
It was a lot to take in for the first time. As you're like, we're so hyper, and you're like, all the time, there's no off switch.
And that's how you have to be, though. Once you get the content in your blood, then it's just straightforward, and that is your life. And I'm glad I still have the passion for it, but RAWR, to see you still going on 20 years. I mean, it's just it's a hell of an accomplishment. Honestly, man.
Crazy how long you've been doing it for.
Not 20.
15. Almost. It was still. I mean, by the time Gear 6 comes out, you're going to be creeping on the 20 gang.
Oh, God.
Old man.
Old man Roar. It's I wouldn't change it, I wouldn't change it. I still have a lot of fun outside of this, people only see this kind of side of me, but you saw the other side of me, but like a lot of other people haven't, so they just think, Roar, but they haven't saw the football side where I go out with my friends. They haven't saw my family, haven't saw, there's all that, then I do my work, and then I come home and do this, so it's like, there's not just this, there's all the other stuff that's going on.
So me and Jen took Roar to a hockey game here in St. Louis, and we were in the stand, and Roar was gassing so much that the security came up. I was like, hey, can he calm down a little bit? And I said, hey, he's from Scotland, it's fine. And then the funniest thing, we're sitting there, and he taps me, and he's like, hey, what's that over there? And I look over, I'm like, I didn't know. He's like, what is that? And I realized he's talking about there's a family there, or like 3 people with the Detroit Red Wing gear on. So they were like the visiting team gear, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're Detroit fans.
They were sitting next together.
Yeah, he was blown away because everybody's mixed together, and apparently in Scotland they got to keep them. Yeah, you got to keep all the fans in one spot
between each other.
Cage.
There's 100 security guards between each cage because you can't leave these opponents next to each other. You're going to get punched. You're going to get in a fight. No.
So I said something. I don't know if you remember this, Roy, but you said. I said, why? What would happen in Scotland or something? You go, they get shanked, and you did this. Like, I was like, what the hell?
The UK's a madness.
England's sometimes worse than Scotland. I'm not even joking. The amount of scrapping that goes down there, dude.
It's nuts down here. I'm not even
mental. It's mental down in England. Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. But yeah, I got to hang out with Roar in real life, and I could tell you, not only is he's the same on stream except plus 10. Imagine Roar like boosted. That's how he is off stream. He's very reserved on stream, but it's still him though. It's still him.
Yeah.
It's still him. He's just like just got a little more gas when the camera's not on. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one, Wired. That's a good one. So Roar, you got to tell us what does the name mean, and when did you decide to go with that?
Well, I used to have RAW back in the day. Like it used to be like RAAAW, and that obviously over the time it got a little bit like not really clean. I wanted a bit more like professionalism, so I just went for the shorter RAWR, and then the abbreviation of it is like right answer, wrong reason. So that's what it is.
That's the deep cut right there.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like bar.
And I've also taken on the kind of role of that as well. I kind of say it like that, and I've got like the Scottish kind of sheep, but then I've got a dinosaur logo as well. But I kind of get away from those and just kind of keep myself.
That's interesting. I didn't know that either for a couple years. Like I just found that out I don't know when I learned that, but maybe Gears 4 days. Something
must
like
have been
that.
about Gears 4. Yeah. That's when I changed it. Roughly about Gears 4.
But wait, go ahead.
I've been around the same time as Lee, but obviously I'm not as popular. But I've been around a very long time in the scene, a crazy long time. But yeah, Raw was the one that got me into content creation and stuff. I came out my shell. I never used to speak to anyone or anything.
Yeah.
Literally, Ollie and Luxide was the ones that got me into streaming, content creation. Proper got me out of my shell. I wanted to start doing everything that Raw was doing. Literally was gassing me up every single day to get up and do it. I was literally loving it. The motivation that Raw gives for content creators is insane. I just want to give the man an absolute praise because he's an absolute angel in the scene, man.
Thank you, mate.
You're not the only one that's told. I have my own experience with Roar gassing me up as well, but besides that, other people have told me, even Shadows told me, Roar was very instrumental early on. Yeah.
Right from the start, I helped Shadows, when he was only on a couple of thousand, I was a little bit more ahead of the game. I had like a few years experience more than him, and we'd done a collab on Judgment, I think it was, and it boosted him a couple of thousand at the time because Gears was popping at the time. It was amazing. It was a great video, but obviously he's soared. He's put the full time and effort into it every single day. I've had my other times. I've had a few breaks here and there, but big respects to him because his professionalism and the way he portrays and how he like acts and makes videos and does like speeches, but he actually writes them out and he organizes them. Look at his series that he done just recently, the RAWR. how much time does he went into like just to go back on all the games, get the cutscenes? That's just mental. It's mental.
I think he's the hardest working content creator, at least in Gears, by far.
100%.
He's the top man in the scene, 100%. And Raw, I got to give my man props, Raw as well. But he's definitely Shadows is above everyone. He's above everyone. Shadows.
He is. I mean, Razor Edge has got amazing videos when he's active.
When Pete's active,
Landon, them two. Who else? Mitchell and Krauser, and all those guys.
I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah, all those dudes are crazy good, man. They're all amazing.
And hey, Roy, I think it's good to point out that ever since the beginning with you, you've been positive and helpful to new people, inclusive of new people, and you've done whatever you could to help people come up to do content, which is, I look at that as being very special, because without people like you doing that, who knows what would happen to Shadows if you wouldn't have helped him then, Yeah,
exactly.
And if I wouldn't have been exposed to you and Shadows and the way you guys conducted yourself and carried yourself, I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would realize the amount of work it takes to do this.
Yeah,
it helped me so much with my second channel, though, to be honest, because I went for a stage where I actually left the Gears scene, because I used to stream Gears a lot back in the day, but I obviously left because I wanted to do something different. And I went over to Back 4 Blood with Lee, and Lee literally showed me everything about YouTube, the algorithm, the tags, basically everything I needed to know, and it helped me that much that literally my channel was exploding at one point. It was getting like 3k, 4k, it was crazy. Like, he's helped me with the COD, he's helped me with my streaming. It's literally been so nuts how much this man's done with me. It's crazy. I'm not even lying. It sounds like I'm de-eating, but I'm literally not. This man is something special, mate, in this community, and I ain't even gonna gas.
Yeah, hey, I agree, and he's still here. That's the thing, he's still here.
He's still around, mate.
Think how many have come and gone, even since we've been here. In the last few years, people have come and gone, but people like RAWR, Shadows.
Shadows Raid.
Hey, what's up, Shadows? I'm sitting here gassing, not even reading the chat. Yeah, it'll be up soon, man.
Next question, Jay. Thank you so much for that, dude. I really appreciate it.
Buddy, mate. No problem.
Kodos, have a good one, man.
Let's see who else we can get in. Take care, dude.
All right, Jackie.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Show him the. Are you there?
It can work.
There he is.
Hey.
What's up, Connery?
Let's go.
What's up?
You are on live. What would you like to ask?
I mean, what is there to ask though? Because there's so many things to ask.
What's the most important thing on your mind that you would like to know?
Between the next game for Gears, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? What should be different for the next game?
Compared to 5?
Yeah, like besides like the constant, like, just should they go back to like, it's like, okay, it's about the Lancers, not about like the different guns?
No.
Yeah, back to the original core weapons: shotgun, pistol, lancer. I think gameplay needs to be more surrounded around that, and not like the power weapons need to be more special. Like if you manage to get the power weapon, you could really change the environment and the team, how it works. But right now it's just like you run in, you grab the claw, and you just destroy the whole team. It's ridiculous. Yeah. You run in, you grab like the Talon, you can close range, you're not going to lose and stuff. And the retro lancers, that needs to go, in my opinion. Like, they're really cool, but they're not. Not for multiplayer. It needs to narrow it down. There's too much like randomness. It happens in a game. I think it should be more skill based, because there's just too much things that you can't control. But I think a game should like competitive games and games that actually succeed. They're all surrounded by skill and who's the best. But you could literally go into a game and get killed by noobs by using planted nades and poking with retros, and it's that that inconsistency. So I would like to see more like skill based games, and less power weapons and more focus on the core.
Indeed. Would you guys consider like 4 players again, like Gears 3, or no? Like that's
I think 5. I think 5 is the way. That's just my opinion. For competitive, I think 4. So I think the opposite. I think Is it four for? Is it 4 for core right now, and then 5 for competitive?
No,
Where's the
it's
other one?
5, yeah. 5 for quick play and 4 the other way.
Yeah, I think 5 should be the main. I think 5.
Also for
Four
story,
competitive.
for story wise, do you guys consider for like 6 or like possibly 7? Do you guys think they should go back to 4 players or like 2, 3 players? Like, or should it be like like how it was for 3, 4 players?
Wait, 3 was
More the
5.
merrier. Yeah.
3 was 5v5, but it depends on the maps. The maps in Gears 5 were designed for 5v5, so that's why it feels so empty when it's 4v4.
It does feel empty right now. Gears 5 feels empty, but for the future, they can easily make the maps work for 5v5s. And then when it comes to competitive, I think 4v4 would work better. That's the original GB settings, and back in the day that you would do 4v4s. That's just how it worked.
I'm ready for
But, like online was 5v5.
Let's have some 10v10 or some 20v20.
Oh no.
Ground war style, like big battle, big battle. We need something different. Yeah, I agree. Overrun needs to come back. In my opinion, that Overrun 2.0, we need to see something like that. I would love to see, as I said, like a new skill-based matchmaking, like a proper skill one. Not these, I know there's not, when it comes to a certain stage, like, of the game cycle, you can't find games when you're, like, the highest rank. You struggle to find games, so you just get lumbered with noobs. But, like, they should try and make it work, I think there should be a way of making it work. We'll see.
Look, we have to have faith that the Coalition will come up with something new. They have to.
Oh, yeah.
They have
Hopefully,
to.
because I don't want to play the same game with a different story for like another 2 games.
No.
No,
They really do need to change the whole, physics of this and go back to the kind of roots. Gears 2, Gears 3, that kind of style of game, it was like shotgun, lancer based pistol, and if you picked up a power weapon, that person would have, control for like that split second and manage to control the map for a little bit, but then it would go back to shotguns, back to pistols, back to lancering, and back to positioning on the map. So, yeah, get rid of all the silly weapons, and just kind of go back to the roots.
Basically, the main loadout of like gameplay.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much for that question, man.
Nice, Cock Green. I think Zoe wants in. Zoe, do you want to talk? I didn't know Zoe's mic worked.
Hi. Hey, RAWR, it's been a while. It's reloads.
Oh, wait. Okay, he's back.
I'm okay. I'm here.
Oh, yeah, no technical difficulty. All right, Zoe, what's your question?
RAWR, what made you be so passionate about Gears?
As I said a little bit earlier, like Butter, Yamamash, Landon, Iceman, they all started creating content. I was watching them, and that's what got me into Gears. Obviously, as soon as you get involved in Gears, it's like a whole new experience of gaming. You just feel like, you're this kind of beast that runs around with this lancer, chainsaw, shotgun. That's what was like, this is amazing. This game is insane. I would play it religiously, and it just got hooked. It was an addiction. And obviously, we're all still in the same boat. We've all got this addiction for Gears, even though we don't play it for a few days. You go back to it, and you're loving it again. But
it's a game you always go back to.
Always. As I said, I still play Gears 2 and Gears 3 to this day. It's even better now that they've enhanced it 4K, so it feels better to play. But yeah, I really do hope for the Gears 2 remastered. I'm praying for that.
That'd be amazing.
Zoe, what was your first Gears game?
1 original.
Okay. Nice.
I'm the OGs of OGs despite my age.
Let's go.
It is encouraging though to see people like Jackie pick it up on 5 and then be competent at the game. Be able to play. Where before, think how long it took. By the time Gears 2 or 3 came out, just jumping in Gears 3 and not really having resources to learn how to be better and the struggle to learn, it just would take forever.
Yeah.
The ability to walk.
Those games just seem like, just from the few times I've gone into people's customs and stuff in those, I feel like I got lucky picking 5 for the first one as far as learning mechanics of the game, because let me tell you, I can't even run in a straight line on the older Gears. So that's still going to be a learning curve, but I feel like this is probably one of the easier ones to pick up for new people. Not only is it
that's why it's on
free
Game
at
Pass. You know,
but
like
it's easy.
It's
They've
by
reached out
far
to-
the easiest gears. Like movement-wise, weapons are a lot easier to control, in my personal opinion. If you
Yeah.
pick up a hammer burst on this game, it's a lot easier to aim and shoot. Whereas, like when I'm on Gears 2, I can't fucking aim or shoot that thing. It's hard. Like it's a single tap fire. I'm like, and shooting across the map on a river.
The technology has caught up too, where we're playing on, some people are on PCs. We got better Xboxes now. The 360 was just limited in what it could do. So, when you jump back on a 30 frame game with no server, it's not going to feel like Gears 5 does, which is optimized for all these mechanics that were unintentional. These up A's, back A's, reaction shots. These things were not programmed into the game. These were as a consequence of the cover system, and it took them getting from UE to optimize that back A, and then keep that for 4, optimize things even more, and then now we're at the peak optimization for Gears 5. I'm imagining though they will be better. Gears 6 will be even more.
It will be. They've got
optimized.
the new engine now. They're on the next engine, so it's going to be even better. So
Wonder how wall bouncing is going to work on the next Gears game.
Yeah, I
Probably
wonder.
Probably like this.
Yeah, I would like Gears 3 changed the Gears of War, like the way the game is played. You couldn't really wall bounce in 2, but once 3 came out, it was much more dominant.
Yeah.
What I would like them to see is be able to. I want them to be able to identify when a player disconnects due to outside measures not quitting, because it's quite annoying disconnecting from a game because it actually kicks you, your Wi-Fi goes out, game crash, whatever, and you still get penalized for it. I wish there was a system that's like, hey, this player did not willingly leave the game, it's out of their hands. They shouldn't be penalized for it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That would be good if they managed to find a difference between leaving and actual internet, dissolving and making you quit, but not an actual penalty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you for that. I appreciate the question.
And then we got. Let's see. Do you believe the coalition will take parts of Epic Games that made Gears the giant it is today and incorporate them with the next gen engine, or do you think it'll be a reskin of GAL 5? I don't think it'll be either of those.
No, I think it's going to be a whole new, I think this was a reskin of 4, like an upscaled version of Gears 4, and I think 6 is going to be its own new engine, whole new, like, template, they're going to be, starting from scratch. So I think it's going to be really good, everything I'm hoping from the maps, the scenes, the scenery, the background, as I said, I would hope the gameplay goes back to its original roots. But keep obviously, adding in some new stuff, but bring back some of the old stuff and the core mechanics of how the gameplay is,
RAWR A, thank you so much for being here, man. You're the first
Thanks so
guest
much.
on the Gears Social Club. We're going to be doing this hopefully once a week. We're going to evaluate how this went, see how it goes. Maybe twice a month, but I'm shooting for 4 times a month. Also, this will be on the YouTube channel if you guys came in late. And also, for everybody in the chat right now, next time we do it, jump in the waiting room and we will pull you up and you too can ask us questions. We'll have different guests on. Maybe RAWR will even come back and bless us with another appearance.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to.
All right. Thanks a lot, RAWR. So everybody, we will see you next time for the Gears Social Club. I'm StarSpawn, and Jackie Quacky's out there somewhere, and she will be live tonight. I'm sure her internet will be back. She will be live, so make sure to check her out. I'll be live later tonight too, playing some Gears. If you guys want to come in, let me know what you think of the show. Let me know if you guys were entertained. And
comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.